Have you covered your ISO routine? Because I did that this morning and I felt amazing.
The hamstring ISO stuff.
Like knees, calves, hamstrings, thoracic extension.
Yeah.
Infra, supra. That's probably a bit too in depth.
No, but let's talk ISOs. ISOs, we've taken this from a few physios, and it's one of those things. Is like you go through your degree in undergrad. It's like everything has to be power, it has to be speed specific. You've got to move. You have to be functional range of motion, you have to be full range of motion. And then we had Simon in a couple of years back, and he's like, I just use ISOs, just isometric load, because the muscles ultimately they just respond to the tension, and so the tension sends a mechanotransduction signal through the muscle, through the tendon, everything. But the muscles just, if you hold in position when you do your isometrics, you can't bounce, so you can't use your stretch shortening cycle, or momentum or compensate to lift the weight. So by doing your lifting isometric, and you like for the hamstring ISO, for example, you hold in 45 degrees, right on that shake point, where you feel like your hammy's going to pop.
Yeah, it's worse.
And you can't go much weight, but you go, and I'm using 3 rounds, 3 reps per round, 20 seconds per rep, just 45-second hold, and it just burns. It just lights your hamstrings up, and you just feel it right in the muscle belly. And my hammies feel good, like really
I
good in
felt great this morning. I did roll, stretch, activate, ISOs, and just went through that routine, and it was feeling really good. And
so there's something about with the isometric loading, instead of going isotonic where you're going in and out. Isometric, even though it's called an isometric, it's kind of like a super slow eccentric.
Yeah.
So your nervous system is working to hold the position, but you're just always losing a little bit of ground, which is like, that's eccentric strength is really important. But you're just building up general work capacity in the muscles. So the muscle's able to tolerate load and also tolerate time. So you're building up a little bit, I suppose, strength, endurance, general muscle capacity, and also at the same time, you're getting the mechanotransduction through the tendon. So you've got happy tendons, happy stuff as well.
Yeah.
You can set, and like with your knee isos like you're doing, you can set your position up and just slightly externally rotate the leg, keep the toes up, and you really preferentially recruit, whether you can or can't, who knows, but you can bias your loading towards VMO.
Yeah.
So you got VMO working its butt off, and you got your patellar tendon sitting there under a nice bit of tensile load without the patellofemoral compression. Yeah. So you're in a straight or a slight 10-degree bend in the knee, and so that tendon is being loaded. VMO is working, it's shaking like crazy, and it's loading those quads in a position where you're not aggravating the joint. It's just magic.
And it's something about from just a nervous system perspective of isolating the different muscles, because I mean, I'm strong, but I was doing 6 kilo, 20 seconds on like hamstring isolation, and I'm shaking. Like
as soon as you isolate away from the glutes and the calves,
like as soon as they can't help out, it gives you a wake up call of how weak you really are. The calf isos I've been doing the last month have, I think, on top of the seated iso, the standing iso has been a game changer for me. So I used to do lots of reps and getting up towards 30, 40 single leg. But now that I've moved to the, again, 3x3x20, just standing calf raise hold with a 10 kilo dumbbell, so not much load. This year I've been slowly building back into my running, and I've had some agonizing, felt like the calf was torn. Like my left calf was just like agonizing tight after every run. I was like only doing 2.5, 3Ks, not much, and not fast either. And now that I've been doing those, I've built up some work capacity through the actual muscle. That's gone. Just isolating that muscle, and saying like, wake up, you do need to work. Like, stop slacking off, letting the other muscles helping you.
Maybe when I was doing my 30 reps up and down, I was actually just bouncing off the Achilles. Yeah. And so the Achilles calf stiffness was the thing doing the work, not the actual gastrocnemius itself. Yeah. And now that I've hold that position muscle now work, sending more time and attention into the muscle itself, forcing those satellite cells to be recruited, creating bigger muscles, getting the nervous system happy as well.
Yeah, so and that's another argument for the range on the calf raises.
Yeah.
This as well, it's that everyone just wants to bounce.
Everyone bounces out at the bottom, they do. Yeah. And then the other cool thing, and actually Andrew, I think it's Lemon's last name, one of the physios that came in a couple of weeks ago, he was commenting on Facebook. He commented that when you hold, and with reference to the shin splints up, when you hold in a single position and you load that muscle, the nervous system, for shin splints for example, the nervous system was kind of like, this muscle hurts every time I use it, so I'll inhibit, it becomes atrophy, it becomes weaker. When you hold it in an isometric position, the muscle has to work. And so when the muscle is forced to work, the nervous system's like, well, I have to send signal to it. But because there's no pain associated with this, the nervous system goes, oh, it's all good now.
Yeah.
And so
you break that cycle.
You break that pain inhibition weakness cycle, and you create activation, strengthening, growing cycle, and you can sort of, instead of taking a vicious cycle and turning it to a virtuous cycle.
It's easy to get stuck in that compensation, and then you get sensitized to the pain, and it's just you just keep going around and around.
You build ISO is just phenomenal. You build capacity, you break pain cycles, you build like tolerance to load. I think ISOs are kind of like from an injury prevention and from a rehab point of view. I think you hit training it used to be track, rack, custom. I think it's now going to be speed and power, maximum strength, time under tension.
Yeah.
And we hit that custom time stuff with a lot more.
I found even strength-based stuff as well, because I found doing my infraspinalis and supraspinalis ISOs before my chins, it's just, I found...
Reset the shoulders, give that shoulder joint that sense of stability. Yeah.
A lot, and my elbows were a lot happier as well, because I was getting a little bit of elbow stuff.
Yeah, right. So you just brought your alignment back.
Yeah, just it wasn't compensating, wasn't using the wrong muscles, because the shoulder was happy and set.
Yeah. So cool. And like, it's so amazing that 3 years ago someone would have said, I'm doing only isometrics, and I would have like gone, are you crazy?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I love
my warm up.
Warm up takes an hour. You roll, you stretch, activate. For me, it's roll, stretch, activate, track time, so a bit of the plyo explosive stuff. Yeah. Like 2 exercises out of rack time, and then isos, hammies, like rotated calf, thoracic extension work, and it's just I spend like 10 minutes just holding the weight, just holding position, and then calves every goddamn day.
Yeah. I mean, everyone just wants to get crazy strong, but the benefit of isos in reducing injury and staying.
And if you can activate the right muscles and have everything firing properly, you don't have to get stronger. You've just woken all the muscles that you did have up.
And the nervous system's more efficient and
it's that,
ready to fire in the right way.
Yeah, it's like that fitness on top of dysfunction. Fix your dysfunction, get everything activated, get your hammies happy, get your calves happy, and then you can execute all the power you've got on the field. And then once you've got that right, now we'll make you a little stronger with the dynamic work.
I think that's the nail on the head right there before dysfunction.
Yeah.
It's just huge, yeah.